We want to put a bit more water in. I think so, yeah, because these are barely getting enough pressure. We should have 9 running full flat out and this one running a bit less. Turbine too hot, see I don't like it. Overheating this one because it's so close. And that's bad. Nobody here. Well, fix it if it breaks. Let's add a bit more cold water to the system. Not exactly cold water, but it's 50 degrees, but in comparison to what it is in there, pretty hard. Run a bit more water into there, and that should hopefully cool it down a little because there'll be more mass to absorb the temperature. Yeah, this is about 200 degrees, which is what you want, just under 200 degrees. Don't know why this one's getting so hot. It's probably because I put it in a puddle of water like an idiot. These ones that are just in an atmosphere are running fine. And again, this one's in water. That was okay. It's very close, isn't it, to this? And that is bad because that could overheat the system. That keeps doing that all the time. Got super coolant coming through to keep it cool at 19 degrees, but maybe one tile isn't enough. Maybe it needs this whole thing to be, because this one is the closest one to the extreme heat source. It's very close to 100 degrees, isn't it? Could end up with another problem. What do we like for pressure? We're getting more. Getting there. Things is looking up. Right, I'm not going to keep staring at it all day, but I'd like to get that down to say 3,000 in there. And see what this is like. Yeah, it's going up. Keep an eye on it, won't we? We'll be back. Yeah, because that one's getting hot and it's not running, which is bad because that whole thing could overheat. I'll have another meltdown. Disaster. Oh dear. Fix one problem, get another. That's not where I wanted to be, is it? I wanted to check that this thing had enough power. Yeah, it's got power. It's got uranium ore. We got in there. More bloody oxalite to go. Well, get across the lane again. This thing's running flat out now. Look at that. Going to keep that cool. Coming in at 36. But it is making these run now. 1 out of 5 inputs blocked. Oh yeah, of course, that one's only got 4 inputs, doesn't it? I think that's another problem. We could come in and bust it. When we come in, we could bust this open so these two can actually run full power. Having that one only being blocked in one of its ports means that you've only got 9 ports out of cooling power, heat deletion. I don't want this to actually overheat though, so let's give it another tungsten there. Good pipe. And I think we're running fairly smoothly until we get some more, and then we can kind of add it to the pack. But yeah, we've got a little bit in the tank. 22 degrees. But we wouldn't be able to have enough to finish this loop off. Keep this loop cool. As long as we can cool this down, we'll be alright. We've only got 7 cycles to try and bust in there with a liquid lock. So we need to cool it down to a temperature where we can actually use to get in there. And I'm not convinced this is going to actually take the temperature. It's already running flat out. We need to up that to 35, I think, to give that a break. Yeah, you can have a break, pal. No, not 600. 36. Yeah. Because it's taking so much heat from this. Putting it into there. That's just having trouble deleting all that heat. So we'll allow the coolant to be a bit hotter. But for a while it'll stay at 20 odd degrees until that's done a full loop. Now we've got to figure out how we're going to add this to the pipe. Doesn't want to be added. We might be able to just put a pipe there and just connect it directly in. We'll see. Sweeper's going to do that. There isn't any other resources in there anymore. It might be this thing messing it up. So just put a pipe there. You can just connect it straight in. And it won't be going through the cooling loop, which is confusing the liquid. It didn't know which way to go. Are you cooling down a bit? Yes, you are. Good. You. Look at these running flat out now. That one's 850 and that one's 850, even though it's got a blocked vent. That's pretty crazy. Some high temperatures. We need a liquid that can withstand whatever temperature we're getting it to in here. It's down to 200 degrees. That's pretty good. What temperature can supercoolant go up to before it becomes an issue? No, you can have curative tablets. Fine. If I go in here and I click on this pipe, supercoolant. Can we click on that? No. We can click on that though, and we can go to index, and we can go to rooms, no, food, no, elements. Would be liquids, but elements is probably a. There's liquids, and then we want a beautiful supercoolant reduction propane. Supercoolant liquid. So supercoolant solid 271. Ooh. Hang on, that's minus 271. Yes. The heat is 436. Yeah, that should be good. If we've got it down to what is it in here now? 160 degrees in here now. These are actually starting to run slower. We could just deconstruct this tile here. Do a similar chicanery to what we did up there. A tile there and a tile there, and put a little drop supercoolant right here. It'd be quite easy to do. We've only got to move a pipe, litre pipe, and it'll just drop the liquid there, won't it? That's nice. Make it go up and around or something. Make this one go sort of in, up, and back out again like that. And we can have a pipe there that will drop the liquid down. Leak the pipe. Actually, there was a bottle, wasn't there? Supercoolant? Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to do that. And we don't even really need to delete the ladder. Cancel that. Once these tiles are put in, we'll just actually not that one. Because when you put the liquid there, it pours off the edge. You want it to do that so it doesn't pour inside the machine. You want it to pour outside. Which means we want it to be down here instead. It does mean you'll have to go over there if you want to go down or up, but that's fine for now. You can go over this way and round. That way any spare liquid will get caught in here and won't just mix with this and become a mess. This is starting to get a bit freaking hot though, isn't it? Look at it. Yeah, look at that. Getting a bit hot in here. What's going on with the coolant? 32 degrees. This should all be coming down in temperature. What are you like? 55? They're all cool. Okay. Hopefully we've brought it down in temperature enough. So if I find this, where did that bottle go? No, it's here somewhere. Move that there, please. Move that there. Then we'll empty it and the excess will pour down here, which we can mop because we didn't want it to drip into this. You've got to go round, unfortunately. It's a bit of a mess. It's okay, we'll get there, we'll get there. Grab that. Good, good. Not any other bottles are there, but I'm worried it's such a small drip that it's yes. Good. Right, then we'll get that and we'll empty. And then the excess, oh, there is no excess. Okay, well, fair enough. And boom, do that. Now, I am worried that as we bust into here, this little plod of liquid is going to get very hot. But the temperature in this room is low, isn't it? So what we're going to do, there's tungsten in here that's still pretty hot, so I think we'll wait for that to cool down. We'll let it cool. Hang on, how much time do we have left before this erupts? 7 cycles. Okay, good. Now if we can remove that tile and that tile, we can get in the I don't know. This could be a disaster if this little bit of liquid isn't enough to block this from escaping, because if we look in here, under gas, there's some gas down here. But before we do that, let's see. We need to place 2 materials, 2 tiles here. We don't have any tiles to place, so that's an issue. Let's deconstruct 4 tiles there. Ooh, we can do these, can't we? Deconstruct that. You. And deconstruct you. He's going round to get to those 2, so we'll get our deconstructing on. And we'll deconstruct those 2 and see if she does them. Then we can get this whole row if she does. Look, stick to the same side, would you? There you go. That should give her a little bit of material to use. In fact, I'm thinking we might make these tiles insulate. No, if we try and change them now, the liquid's going to fall down, isn't it? That would be bad. Should have made them out of insulated tiles. In fact, if we put the tiles underneath, maybe we can. A tile underneath each one. If we've got enough material, we can make them out of insulated. Because when we bust this open, these tiles are going to get hot, right? Probably. Deconstruct that one as well. We're really scrabbling for every last bit of material we can get. When it comes down here and goes this way around and back up. Okay, fair enough. Right, So let's see, can we make that out of an igneous without losing our liquid? It should just drop down and push back up again, but you never know. Let's see if you can make it. When she comes in, I think we're going to deconstruct these tiles here, because I'm not really fussed. If some of the tungsten does end up there, that's the reason I bricked it in, because this sweeper couldn't reach. But to be honest, if a bit of the tungsten does end up there, I don't care. I think this turbine needs to be able to run at maximum. And it's only got 4. It's got one of its vents blocked. We're going to have to put a ladder there. Do that one first, if you wouldn't mind. I don't know where the materials are, so she's got to go all over the universe trying to find them. Oh, you can do it from in there. Okay, good. Let's hope. See if our liquid survives this. Should do. Yeah. Just to make sure in case any of this heat was to get through. Now, is there another one? Is there enough to make another one? Yes, there should be. We'll do that. And what's the temperature of this? Say this is very, 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 very hot. It is slowly getting cooled. And the material in here is 378. Yeah, we're good. I think we're good. I think every now and again a little bit of the heat manages to get enough to run the turbine. Now that we've cooled the turbine enough for it to actually run, we're putting in a extra aqua tuner over here. Yeah, I can see why this one failed. When we come in, as soon as she starts repairing things, stuff is going to start happening. I'm not sure I'm ready for it to start churning stuff around and making this get very hot. So I'm thinking the automation that sends more resin down, we could split that. That won't do anything. And the automation that sends the tungsten around, that's this. You need to make that, it's normally if it's below 140 it lets it out. But I'm not letting out, I don't want it circulating at all. I don't want it picking anything up. I think we'll just turn off the power to the sweeper. That. It's just temporary. And what we'll do is, I think we'll power that. We'll allow that to be powered, but we'll increase the temperature. I don't want it. Well, actually, this room is allowed to, but for now, we'll let this one do it, and this one can wait if it's above 50. Should never get to 50, hopefully. It's 32 degrees, which is pretty nice. That's good. Have we got any more sent over yet? No. Not a sausage. Ah, great. I blocked up this machine, didn't I, with all the crappy oxalite. And we've still got at least one and yeah. After one, then at least the second one, we start getting a bit of supercoolant again. This takes so long, it's so slow. Down to 66 uranium ore as well. Need to pop over to and dig a little patch up to send over. Seems like a waste, but never mind. We'll dig that patch. And I think we'll dig that bit. You should be able to reach to dig all that from under there. Yeah. Without getting trapped. Because I won't be here to watch. Funny hairstyle now. Look at you. We got to get it running because we're getting loads of resin down here, so I'd hope the machine will run. Oh, that's been done. So let's risk it for a biscuit, I think. Oh no. We've got to empty that. Just drop it down there. Now it is very hot. But it is, you know, we've got to try it, I guess. Just come on in. Where are you? Oh, you're doing that. Okay. Actually, before you do that then, do we have enough materials to put 2 tiles here? Yes, I think we might. I think we're going to have to deconstruct this one. And then deconstruct these 2, and hopefully we'll see what happens with that sour gas, but hopefully it'll drop down to here, and then we can brick it back up. That'd be awesome. Brick it back in. It'd be better if we could put another 2 tiles here, or make this 4 wide. Don't think we've got enough materials to do it with. We've only got 400 of those left. We'll have to think of a way of doing it. We might be able to kind of deconstruct that, deconstruct those 2, and use those materials back there. Make that come down here, if that makes sense. And we can brick those in from an angle, and they'll just delete them from the game. If it works. I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, come and delete these, and let's see what happens. I would like to. That's Steam. No. That will be Steam. It's 126, so we should be good. I want to make that auto repair. Very high priority. What's the temperature of this? What's your temperature? 124. Okay, yeah, you can be repaired. What else needs repairing in here? Errands. Are you going to repair it, or do I need to delete it? What are you doing? Thermium. Yes, that should work. Come on, run, run, run. Don't take time. Thermium. You need some more? And his number 1 errand, tidying. Yeah. But tidying up the thermium, right? There's tungsten on the floor, but that's really got to be moved, hasn't it? Moved to there. Yeah, that would help. Would help. And do it properly. Yeah, that would help. Where you gone? Come on. Jesus Christ. What are you doing? Going for a bloody... I don't care about your radiation problems. Let's get this done. I want to deconstruct that tile there and deconstruct that tile there. Can you not build this stuff? Got a repair errand. Bloody repair it, would you? What about you? Those 3 per thermium broken. Yeah. Is that what I think it is? Down here, sour gas. Yes, it is. So this conveyor loader needs to be deconstructed. Now this was added on as an end thought. Maybe it wasn't like the best idea. We'll move that thermium out. Over there, please. And we'll use that. No, 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 no. Use that to build that there and there, please. Rebuild these tiles, but they're 1 higher. And this sour gas has dropped down by 1 because of the pressure of the steam in here. So that means we should be able to eliminate it. Should be able to get just 2 normal tiles like this. And we'll go igneous, and we'll go like that and like that. We'll try to prioritize it. Don't think they're reachable though. I'm not entirely convinced they're reachable. We'll have to do that. That can now go back to a 5 or whatever it was. That is not running. It's disabled by automation. Good. What temperature is this? Can we get this out? We can sweep it out later. It's fine. Right, now if we build those, that should eliminate that from them. What the problem was, I think, is we sent in too much liquid. So that all that sour gas is now pushed into this side. And when this tile gets built, it'll be deleted from the game. Nowhere else to go. Then once that's done, come on, build the bloody things. Don't look at it and pat it on the back. Build it. Where are you going now? Help! Help! Got this open and I don't want it open. Right. I'll deconstruct that one. Then deconstruct that one. Then rebuild those two. Beautifully done. Now we can delete those two from inside and put our conveyor loader back where it's supposed to be. I won't click it just too soon. You know she'll delete it. Can you please build this? Hey, why are you building it out of obsidian? It's not obsidian, it's igneous. Cancel that then. We need igneous. That was my bad. I didn't notice that because that needs to go back here. I don't want to be doing that. Now we need to replace that with obsidians. Here we go, here we go. Boom. Right, now come inside and deconstruct those two, please. Oh, come on. And we'll put that back and hopefully... and then block this up before she goes to bed. I've got no promises. I'm not convinced she's gonna go to bed. Right, build that. Grab that thermium, will you? Put that there. And any materials in here, we'll tell the sweeper to sweep out before we tell it to pick on tungsten again. We just tell it to sweep out all the other crap that's in here. Right, so we want an obsidian tile. And she moves up, we'll do that. And shouldn't, that's the obsidian where she moved it. Yeah, just hurry up. Stop moaning. Build that one as well, please. Before you go to break. And she's going to get called to break at any second. I'm ready for you. Ah, perfect. Right, so what we can do is we can tell this, first of all, we'll tell it to pick up thermium. No, because that's, yeah, thermium can go. Oh, we need to power it, don't we? Yes, we do. It should pick up that, drop it in there. And that should pump it out. Good. Goodbye. Now we want to tell it to get rid of that that was that igneous rock? Yes. I'll get rid of that. And then we'll go down to raw minerals. Sweep those out for us next. Right, good. Yeah, that's all going to get sent back home, but never mind. Hey. We could do with the raw materials here. We're sending it home. That's funny. Yeah, get rid of it. Come on, empty it out. Oh, there's a lot more in there than I thought. There we go. We should be ready to actually start testing this again. I think we probably let too much material came down and then it got too hot, and instead of turning to iso resin, it turned into what we use for our liquid lock up here, the naphtha. Because if iso resin gets too hot, i.e. this kind of temperature, it turns to so this one is for the iso resin. We need to get we need to remember where the hell iso resin is on here. There it is. The resin drips here, gets heated up, turns to iso resin and gets swept and put in there and sent out. And then this one is the one that cools down all this tungsten. And that is set to below 140 degrees. If we now set this to the tungsten, where is tungsten? I can start picking it up, put it in there, and chunking it around the map. And we got to figure out why it went wrong, but other than that, 300 degrees, so it shouldn't go through yet. Just keep flowing round. Goes into there, then goes down and jumps over, because you've got to give it a direction, otherwise it won't work. And once it blocks this, you can't put any more in. That will just keep circulating now, dropping in temperature. Maybe that was the problem, because it's dropping here, and this stuff could be exceedingly hot, right? Catching my drift. Maybe we should have put that here, left this space without the very hot tungsten going over it. It's got to go down and go up, because otherwise it doesn't have a direction. Any other way you could do is move that over here, and then just miss out this end tile. Oh, I forgot to delete those end ones. Right, I don't know what she's doing. She's probably up there taking her suit off and on all the time. Hasn't got anything else to do. But yeah, we should have liquid coming over. Can you give her a sweep job? All that crap can be swept up. I think because this is set to sweep only, it will actually give her a job. Chuck it all in there. Okay, good. That's given her something to keep her busy. Yeah. Talking about keeping busy, let me just pop to fridge and see how this is going. We did add a bunch more water and this one's not working right. These back two are actually taking up the slack from this one not working right. We have to come back here and cool this one better. It's not getting cooled properly. Yeah, I think we just need a few more of these radiant pipes around this one. It is the one that's closest to the temperature. How much pressure did we end up with? Not as much as before, it's only on 39, 38. But everything's running better now. I think that is because this has just got much more uranium in it. We got it up to about 60 kilos of uranium and then maintained it at that. And now it's got much better running. Although, like I said, this one needs to be cooled better. We do need to send someone back, but modify that, and then I think that's good. How are we doing here? Are we finally sending any supercoolant? Apparently we are. Good, finally. About time to... I sent way too much oxalite over, didn't I? So how much oxalite have we got? Oxalite, there's quite a lot there. Beach stone, enriched uranium, 1,963. That's not as much as I thought, to be honest with you. What's here? 39 kilos of it. Just off-gassing into the room. Well, it's pressurised this up, I must say, so I'm not bothered overly. But we do need more in here. So we will put a bit in there, I think. How much have we got in here? 710, okay, good. So this is set to 50 kilos, so it's not really going to... About 50 degrees, so it's not really going to run, is it? We'll copy settings. There. Well, now this and this is the same. So basically this will only run if this one for some reason fails. So it's like a backup. We do need more because we need to fill this whole loop. But other than that, I think it's running. Check our tank. Yep. It needs to send some more water up. We're getting tungsten dropping out here at 120 degrees. And we do need to cool this because eventually over time that would heat this whole bay up. And that would end up, yeah, making it kind of turn to steam eventually. Take a very long time. So as we start getting more coolant in here, we can add it. Yeah, we got a bit. Get a bit more in a minute. We'll allow some more to come through. What's the temperature like in here? Not hot enough. I'm going to follow the automation up to there, and I'm going to follow the liquid. I'm going to change that because that 30 kilos, it does not like that much. I think it needs to be 15. Half of that. It will take a lot longer to run it, but if we want to use this system, I think that's fair enough. Oh, there's a little bit coming through, but that little bit might be okay. Well, you stop taking your suit off and on, you muppet breath. I think you can, yeah, disable that one. It's mostly oxygen now in the livable areas. There is quite a bit of polluted oxygen, but as long as you're not coming down here, you don't care, do you? And we got this running nicely. Oh, there's that little blob. It's not hot enough in here to actually dash that to ISO resin. Maybe we needed the opposite. Maybe we needed more, because so little came through. It'd be easier to zap that a little bit into naphtha and then into sour gas. This is going to run in just under 5 cycles. I'm debating whether to just send Ellie home because she's pissing around here. Nothing to do. So if we go crew up, he's going to leave a bit of her food behind, but that's okay. Actually, what I might do, undock her suit. I might tell her to, no, we'll go back to all. We'll, Atmo suit will sweep. I want to put it in here. Sweep only Atmo suit. Yes. Should come and put that in. I've set it down to 800 kilos so that it's easier to see when there is one in there. Just to make sure she's got a spare Atmo suit. Yes, come on. No. Errands? Current errand, yes. Come on then. And then we'll set that to none. Set that to crew. You can take your suit off. And then we can give you a change of directions. Oh, no. Hang on. Oh, God. Yeah, that went wrong, didn't it? The map is very stuck at the moment because I screwed it up right at the beginning of the stream. So I need to fix. No, I can't move it. Maybe I can. No, can I do it? I want to get not there. I don't want to go there. I want to go there. Okay. Let's go. In the launch sequence. That was a struggle, wasn't it? Hopefully this repair job was successful because we won't really know for another 5 cycles. But yeah. Bye. Bon voyage. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Pretty sure you've got enough distance to be able to travel there because you've... Yeah. Oh well. Never mind. I'm sure we did it once before. Yeah. The batteries aren't exactly full though, are they? These both are running now. Hopefully this place will cool down a little, but yeah, I won't hold my breath. Everything's running. The hydrogen vents are running, the hydrogen generators are running. We're getting a little bit of power back out of that, but it didn't get hot enough to flash that. Actually, until I'm convinced that it's running properly, I am going to snip that again. So when that erupts, we'll let it get up to temperature before we start adding resin to the mix. Yeah, I think that would have been better if this had been set up in such a way that, yeah, if we had dropped the resin here, I think what may have caused the problem was because this bridge is right on the edge, and that's exactly where the resin gets dropped, just here. All of this must be the right temperature. It's all being kicked out. Yes. Oh, except for that last piece. Hey, how come you're 132? I thought you had to be... Oh, 140, okay. So, if the resin got dropped here, which it did, look, there is a blob, that's the resin vent. And it poured across here and dripped into here because there was so much of it. And then it got suddenly flashed to... yeah, because the material on the rail became savings. I can't show you until it's finished saving. Give it a minute. Then I must be going to bed. That's me done for the night. And come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Right. So yeah, I think it dropped here, and then the rail had some very hot tungsten on it, which is its job to cool it down. When it came over to this point, it goes down and jumps over because it has to have a direction before it reaches this conveyor loader. What we should have done is put that there instead, but the problem with that is how the hell would you do that? We could have put that down here in the floor so it could come out of here, down, jump over, and then go up into there, but just make sure it doesn't touch this tile where the resin is dripping down. That way the stupendously hot tungsten never actually touches the resin, because what I think happened is that bit of resin there flashed into our gas. Completely killed the machine. It didn't run. Yeah, so that probably would have been a good fix to have done before we left, but I do want to get her to come and just sort this out before this overheats completely, because we're running on these. That's supposed to be kind of the backup one at the end there, but this one doesn't run all the time because it keeps overheating. That's because we only used granite. It's getting very hot. I think if we come in here and we bang in a bunch of radiant pipes around this section here, maybe these two, both of these are running fine. And I like the fact that they're not running at 850, because that means you're not like, you know, about to have an exploding reactor that's they're all under. They're not all running at hot over temperature. Running at 850, it's the heck was that? Something melted or down. Crikey. Probably going to freeze now down there. So yeah, I thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this later on YouTube, feel free to drop a like and a subscribe if you can. That would be awesome. Thank you very much indeed if you do. And even if you don't. And if you're watching this on VODs later on, hello, nice to see you. Maybe you can join me live next time. And all I can say to that is, I'll leave you with on Grosslin, because that's what we were really doing today, was this. Thank you very much for coming. Catch you next time. Cheers.